Before we get into the depths of this vlog, if you're only interested in the information about bodybuilding versus CrossFit for fat loss, fast forward the vlog right now to 9 minutes 50. If not, stick around, have some fun with us. Hello people. Hello, John, come here. Come here. I've waited until silly o'clock so you can be in the start of this vlog and you're walking ahead.
Just pan down, Leon, to yourself.
Pan down to yourself?
To yourself. What, how hot is it today? Like 30 degrees?
Yeah,
what are they the thickest they're actually the thickest pair of joggers you own?
The thickest, yeah, these are like my winter rascals, so you're kind of winning right now. Got
Shorts life.
Right, so it's Monday. What are we doing, John? We're in the middle of a field. This grass clearly needs watering.
All the grass is dead. My girlfriends are mad, our plants are dead. I'm not complaining, this has been the best summer probably in living memory that I have.
Be British. Oh, maybe it's a little too hot.
It's not, I'm not gonna go there. It's mega weather. Today we're doing some Instagram bits and we're gonna do some training later. Yesterday was a Spitfire comp. Leon's team won.
Yeah. Yeah. Nailed it. On point. Yeah, I can breathe a little bit. Look at all the extra activity.
You can breathe. Basically what you've just told everyone.
I can lunge. No bull soup. It's great. Oh. We found a spot, John. How picturesque does it look right now?
Not that, I'm wondering if we might need an ND filter because it's bright as bright can be.
Just
and
paint
you and your big shiny forehead. We've both had our haircuts today and I'm looking at Leon's forehead and I can see little bits of hair stuck on it. So, I have got a hair stuck on my gum.
Yeah, I'm not even saying anything, I'm just standing there with my photo pose.
Is that your photo pose?
I look so handsome. That's
the thing, when you take a lot of pictures on Instagram and stuff, you have to like, have a go-to picture. If you look through mine and Leon's Instagram, 90% of mine is
This is the spot which you can't see. Alright, partner workout time.
When we do Instagrams, we try to get a bit silly and creative. This is one of those silly moments.
Not silly, not creative, just silly.
You may well see this go very wrong, so let's find out. Hands, kick, walk, push, up, kick, oh, push up, back, push up.
John was like, I reckon we have a quick break and we'll do it again. I'm going to get fizzy drinks. You reckon we've got this, don't you?
Yeah, I reckon if you stop fucking around.
Now we've come down to this really old school dust track. It's like I'd say about a 200 meter circle in it, something like that, which bikes normally go on. And we're going to do a little bit of an impromptu workout while we're here. Kits off, obviously, because it's like 30 degrees. We'll do some sprints, you go, I go. And just work up a little bit of a sweat. Oh, don't know about you, John, but that's a hard session. What was it? 50.
White, lily white I am in the back.
What did we do? 500 sprints for time?
We probably did 2 rounds each.
I'm
filming quality wise, it looks like 50.
I'm exhausted. No, we were actually just taking photos and doing some clips. Now I'm gonna go and have a coffee and then I'm going to the gym to train. You missed about 2 seconds before I turned the camera on. John's left his black metal sunnies in the sun for the last 20 minutes. Just put it back on his face and scolded himself. You missed like absolute gold there. What was your lunch? Because it disappeared in about 4.7 seconds.
I didn't get any. Who is this guy?
God, he is buff. Let me just zoom in on how sexy that is.
He is.
Everybody. He's a sexy man.
I like it how he's like taken something in playful, then made, look at that face, that is blue steel. That is like, I am owning this.
That is.
No shame, this is me.
That is a new Facebook profile right there.
What a guy.
What a guy. John's been bragging about how well he parked earlier.
Mate, there was no spaces and I got in there.
I'm not going to put his number plate on the internet,
I don't mind.
But there's a tree there, car, and tree there. You were proud of yourself, weren't you?
A guy walked past me and just smiled and went, because there was a proper argument over there, like, we've been waiting for ages, you stole our space. And I just tootled up here, and I looked at the trees and I was like, can I, can't I?
Right,
and
so
I snuck it in there.
If you manage to get out of there, I'll see you at the box.
If I've got a missing wing mirror, you know why.
I will see you at the box. Let's go play. Look who we've found in the box.
What's up?
Hey mate.
Hi. You sure after yesterday?
Am I sore? My ego isn't.
Mine's slightly.
Is your ego a little bruised today?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just so you know, Matt was one of the other teams that was in the final. But at least you're in the final. John's team didn't make the final. Go! Oh! At least we were in the final. Oh, shade. What are you doing, mate? Snatches. See that you've already worked up to your 1 RM. 40 kilos on the bar, good lad. So I think I'm going to back squat. My horrendously weak and tight adductors may say otherwise, but we're going to see how we get on. John, you're front squatting, aren't you? I believe so. John's going to front squat. So this could be either a very long, intricate, amazing workout, or in about 5 minutes I might bitch out and go home.
Key bits of squatting equipment, insoles going into these lifters. I'm using these Reebok Legacies at the moment, plus my SBD knee sleeves.
This is John's workout today.
Mate, I saw someone do this on Instagram this morning. I was like, oh, I love me a bit of that. A little bit of twisty, you know.
Mate, that is such a disgusting look on your face if we're doing something like that. Yeah, I know you keep doing it on purpose. It's alright. Every time, we're like, right, one thing that me and John need to do more of is being vlogs together. So I turn around and go, right, John, I'm now going to film you. And he goes, yeah, alright. Walks up to the bar as soon as I start filming and then fucks off. Look how happy he is with himself.
I've done it like 4 times on purpose.
It's alright, you're out of the vlog. Screw you.
Oh, no.
Go home.
Leon is already up to 80 kilos.
So I've worked up to 120 kilos for sets of 8. Still feeling a little bit stiff in my upper back, so I'm losing my upper back a little bit, but just moving all right. JC's now on 100 on his front squat. Let's see how he gets on.
They get really tight here on both of them when I do a lot of volume.
Yeah. Back squat's done, 3 sets of 8 on 120, I'm happy with that for today. Now I'm going to go on to some overhead squats, more for positioning work than weight. Just see how we get on. JC front squat in the background there. Poor lad. What? Shit rep. Alright, squats done. Before I go home, just going to finish with a little burner. 5 rounds, 15 wall balls, 1 squat clean at 80, then 6 over bar burpees. Be a bit rank.
Post-workout, straight in, 300 grams sweet potato, 160 grams chicken, 200 grams veg, 50 grams raisins, and also I'm using X Endurance protein at the moment. It's one of the nicest proteins I've had in a long time, and it is vanilla flavour. So that is absolutely sweet. Gonna have that, then I'm gonna head home, then we're gonna have a chat. JC, any words of wisdom before I go? Not boxer related today. Nope. Oh yeah. Not last video.
Come on, let's get deep.
Right, words of wisdom for today. I was gonna say don't eat yellow snow, but that's not very good.
I'm zooming in slowly, so this better be good.
Never trust a fart. I haven't got one today.
I will see you at home. Hello and welcome to my corner. Right, we're down in my home gym. This seems to just be the area. So you should know from now on that if I've got a subject that I'm gonna cover in a vlog, this is the area. So if you don't wanna hear me ramble for a few minutes, this is where you obviously cut the vlog. For the rest of you who stayed, thank you for your loyalty, much appreciated. This could get very long very quickly, so I'm gonna try and break it down and get through it as fast as I can. CrossFit versus bodybuilding for fat loss. It's a contentious subject, but first and foremost, none of that really matters before you've got your calories and your macros in check, right? When you want fat loss, that is the number one thing. So now that I've got that out of the way and people can't hate on me going, oh yeah, but it's not about your training, bro, it's about your nutrition. We all know that. But say that's all in check, right? Then your training, that added little metric, which is a bit of a bonus where you just get rid of some calories, right? We want to make that as effective for you as possible. And it's going to support your goals both aesthetically and performance driven long term. And we want to set you up for the next step as much as possible, because weight loss is not always the only thing that people want. There's always a secondary and a third goal. There's always a long-term thing to it. It's not just, I want to lose weight just because I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight because it always happens. So we want to set you up as much as we possibly can. There are positives and negatives to both sides of this argument. Bodybuilding positive, it's aesthetically driven. That is a positive and a negative, don't get me wrong. Focus on individual muscles. You can sculpt and build such a beautiful set of man titties or girl titties if that's what you want. Your arms could look great. Your legs probably won't ever look great, because let's be honest, most of us who just do bodybuilding training squat maybe once a year. That's why we all look like Doritos and have sparrow legs. Unless you take it really seriously and you get on stage, you guys and girls are absolute monsters and you do it properly. That was very much generalizing, everybody. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But you know what I mean. A split routine as well, it gets more focused in different areas. You tend to work a lot more on a lot of different things. CrossFit positives, it's performance driven, so there is always a vanity element, don't get me wrong, we've all got vanity driven goals, I'm just the same, but it's a lot more. For instance, with a ring muscle up, I'm looking at the ring muscle up as a skill, I want to be better at it, opposed to what are my arms and shoulders gonna look like if I do it. That's what I mean in terms of performance driven. There's more variations than just body weight or weights. You've got heavy weights, you've got light weights, you've got gymnastics, you've got cardio, you've got different metcons that kind of pair different bits and pieces together, so the variety is great. I'm gonna say the word community just because you can't do CrossFit without saying, oh, it's all about the community at some point in one of your chats. Negatives about both. Negatives in bodybuilding, you tend to get very immobile and very stiff because you put a lot of focus into certain areas, and we tend to naturally stay away from the things that need to be worked, because the things that need to be worked don't tend to look as aesthetically pleasing as the things that don't. For instance, pec major looks freaking amazing, so we're gonna keep banging out some bench press. But do we worry about our mid and lower traps for postural reasons? No. So that's a classic example, that's what I mean by that. A negative for CrossFit is the fact that the consistency across the board isn't quite there yet. It's still developing, there's still a long way to go. For instance, if you walk into a normal gym and you see a bench press, it's gonna be pretty consistent. A bar's gonna be a bar, a bench is gonna be a bench. There's so much better argument I could make for that, sorry. But with CrossFit, for instance, you could walk into one box and a box owner's opinion will be, you can go, look, I've never done this before, I don't really know what I'm doing, this is my level, what do I do? And they could go, don't worry about any of the big gymnastic stuff right now, don't worry about the Olympic lifting, we're gonna get you a strong base, we're gonna put a bar on your back or a pipe on your back, see what you move, body weight wise, with little resistance to no resistance, and then we'll take it from there. Or you could walk into another box and the guy will turn around and have exactly the same story, but go, here you go, here's a 20 kilo bar, put it over your head, we're doing snatches today. That is a problem across the board. Another negative for bodybuilding is, I think there's a lot of ego involved. It comes down to just general dickheads being in the environment, don't get me wrong, I was one of those, I've been there, done it. Something that naturally makes me feel a little bit frustrated when I walk into gyms sometimes is guys aren't, and girls, across the board now, it's not a sexist channel this one, we're open to everybody, they don't really communicate. You go in there, I know you're in the gym for yourself, don't get me wrong, but it's in, headphones on, smolder on, what's he lifting? I better lift the same. It's a competition, but in a very negative sense for me personally. You know, everyone's got their own opinion, like I say, put them below, get involved in the conversation. Don't start bitching, it's an open conversation, this is not an argument. And then the negative side of CrossFit for that is, in some gyms, there's always going to be elitist people, and you'll get two types of elitist people. You'll get people who will just be dickheads, go in the corner, won't talk to anyone, do their lifts, make sure everyone's watching, and then they'll snatch, and it'll be a phenomenal amount of weight. It will look fantastic. You'll go, oh, awesome, mate, well done, and they will just look at you like, duh. Or you'll get people who will want to encourage you and push you along and all that kind of stuff. It's not a consistent thing. It's one of those things. And also one more negative for CrossFit, which I would say is the same across the board. If you're going to be an idiot and lift weights that you can't in the gym sometimes, you're a lot more likely to get injuries because of the level of intensity and the volume at which you train. If I said to you, put the weight that you would normally do 10 reps on a bench press and do it, the risk of you injuring yourself is not particularly high when you've got someone spotting you and that kind of stuff. But if I said to you, do 3 rounds, max effort, 15 burpees and then 15 box jumps, the likelihood that you will trip at some point or you might hurt yourself is a lot higher. So the risk of injury is a little bit higher. I know there's so much more sides to that story, but just to generalize a little bit there. Now that we've got both of them out of the way, positive and negative, they've both got their realm, the area where it's important. But like I said, calories, check. You want to lose fat, right? Number 2 most important thing is time efficiency and effectiveness for your training. If you're going to be in a session, you need to burn calories. So one problem I have with bodybuilding style training is that Doris or Jason, who wants to lose fat, has been sat at a desk all day, their hip flexors are short and tight, their mid to lower traps are not really activated, they're slightly kyphotic and rolled, and you know what I mean, like the general posture where you sit down all day. Why in God's name would I take you into the gym and sit you on a chest press? Or sit you on a recumbent cycle? You're in exactly the same position, doing minimal amount of extra work. So it's about understanding what you should be doing. And I know this culture has come from lazy personal trainers, sorry, they're out there, who have just turned around and gone, you know what, I just need to earn some money. I don't really care what you do. I'm gonna put you in here and I'm gonna move you from one machine to the other. And in 6 weeks time, you're gonna go, I've not lost any weight. I've not got anywhere. Why? PT goes, oh, you're just not working hard enough. You're eating too much. It's not, it's because they have not made the most of your sessions and they can't be bothered. They'll give you a lazy program. When you get in the gym, think about multi-joint actions. Regardless of whether you go to a CrossFit box or you go to a bodybuilding style leisure center or a gym or whatever you want to call it, start your session with a compound lift, right? If you are safe and effective and you can back squat and you can deadlift, you can stand in overhead press, you can do push-ups, that kind of stuff, do them at the start of your session in a good strength range. 4 to 6 reps, 4 to 5 sets with 2 to 3 minutes rest between each set. Build a base level of strength and a base level of muscle. Muscle is metabolically active, which means it's going to burn or it requires more energy to work it. Long term, you will thank a coach for giving you those compound lifts at the start of your session. I don't care whether you go to a CrossFit box, whatever is on the program, make sure at some point during the week that you are hitting a decent back squat or a deadlift. Simple as that to start with. Then, big movements. Don't waste your time sitting down on machines. Don't waste your time just walking on the treadmill. No, get out into the gym and experiment. Use things like burpees. Even if you want to make a burpee more effective or have more resistance, wear a weighted vest or have 2 dumbbells in your hands that you put down and you jump back. Think about multi-joint actions, which basically means you're burning more calories, more bang for your buck. In a gym session, regardless of whether you're in a box or a gym, you shouldn't be spending all of your time sitting down. If somebody is taking you around the gym and telling you to sit down at this machine and sit down at that machine and your goal is fat loss, you need to fire that person very quickly. Unless there's an imbalance or an injury or a reason why you can't be moving up and using your body, stretching out, mobilizing, activating, you need to get rid of that coach because they are not most effective for your goals. They're just being lazy, right, and narrow-minded. So, summary, get your calories right, for one. Say the infamous word, deficit, that everybody says right now. You need to create the deficit, whether it's by nutrition or by training or a collaboration of both. I personally say predominantly focus on your calories because it's a controllable metric, which means you can measure it every single day. You know what you're intaking, whereas your training performance can be great one day and quite poor the next. It's not a consistent metric to measure. Just use it as a bonus. When you're in the gym, compound lifts to start, finish by big movements, multi-joint actions, burn calories. You know what the moral of the story is? Doesn't matter whether you're in a box and you like the word bodybuilding. Doesn't matter if you're in a CrossFit box and you like the word CrossFit and Olympic lifting. The key is movement, right? Don't go in the gym and do chest on a Monday, back on a Tuesday, shoulders on a Wednesday, think about legs on a Thursday but do arms. if your goal is fat loss. Worry about all the sculpting stuff, predominantly bodybuilding stuff, when you've lost enough fat to benefit from that. And when it comes to the CrossFit stuff, worry about the Olympic lifting and the gymnastics and all that kind of stuff when you've got enough body awareness and strength, base level of strength, to be able to incorporate that without the risk of injury or worrying about doing anything else. Keep it simple, compound lifts to start, big movements to finish, and you will be on your way. I hope that helped. I'm gonna leave the vlog here because this has been way too long. I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, Jesus, it says 10 minutes. You must be bored. If you're awake, you've done better than me. Thanks so much for watching the vlog, guys. Leave your comments below, give it a massive thumbs up if it helped. If there's any more subjects you wanna bring to the Bat Cave, let me know below, and we'll be back in a few days. Keep being awesome.